Originally I was going to do the AprilandWayneShow commentary as my 15th, but I will save that for later. Well, hello there everyone, Better Skates here, and welcome to another shit commentary. Today we will be looking at a video made by DoodleTones, a stupid creep that recently made a commentary on Mr. Medicare. Now, I couldn't resist making a commentary in Doodle's commentary on him, because I felt like this is a reason why Mr. Medicare's fans are beating the commentary community to a pulp, so let's get right into the commentary.
So let me get one of the more fun questions out of the way. What is my sexuality? I consider myself to be asexual.
No you're not, because what asexual posts diaper fetish art online? Doesn't fetish mean anything sexual to you? Also, diaper fetishes are something sick fucks like you make, so, yeah, not asexual, you are in fact a hypersexual pedophile.
As sex, I guess you could say, kinda disgusts me to a certain extent, or rather the idea of having it turns me away.
The fetish art lovers is going to apply to her hypocrisy to the extent of this intro, isn't it?
However, fetishes are things that infinitely fascinate me, as I find it to be interesting to see where the weird of the world begins and how far it goes.
You made so much diaper fetish in DeviantArt in the past, so...
I will say there are some I enjoy more than others, certainly that.
And by enjoy, you mean just whacking off to your own diaper fetish art you posted multiple times in the past.
Now, that said, I know fetishes are not for everyone, and some people may also be turned away or disgusted by them. And on occasion, while browsing art from people I legit think can draw well...
How people put so much effort into something disgusting like diaper fetish, or pregnancy, and other shit like that scares me.
...who happen to draw fetish art, I will occasionally find people who happen to stumble across these pictures and happen to voice their distaste in the rudest of ways.
First off, even if they draw well, people are still going to hate on it, usually, because the artist put effort into something made for sexual pleasures, no matter how fucked up it is, or they just don't like it and they are turned away from it. It could be a bunch of other reasons for posting comments like that. Also, you are seriously getting a shirt over a fucking cancer comment? Usually little kids who don't know any better writes shit like that, or they might be exaggerating with the cancer part.
And honestly, that just kind of pisses me off whenever I see it.
Yeah, I know how you feel, because you feel guilty for posting diaper fetish but you are too afraid to admit that. The cringe community is toxic, isn't it?
Which brings me to today's target. Mr. Medicare. Some of you may know him as the pioneer of commentaries, some of you know him as Jim81Jim or the Internet Aristocrat, someone who helped popularize Gamergate.
Oh yeah, Gamergate, huh? This is going to be fun.
And likes to just be an overall shit poster. Here's the thing though, there's only so much you can do with wanting to roast someone before it begins to feel dirty. And this is where the following video comes in, as Mr. Medicare started a new series called Deviant Is, or Deviants.
Okay, seriously, how can you fuck up the title this badly? The fucking series is called Deviants, you dipshit.
Where he looks at fetishes posted on DeviantArt and roasts the shit out of them in a Let's Riff style video. But he still brings up points against these fetishes, so I feel this can still be covered in a video, as I feel the way he went about this video left a rather sour taste in my mouth.
Then start rinsing your mouth.
Welcome one and all to the 8th episode of Tumblr. Wait a minute, this isn't Tumblrisms, this is Deviants. The first episode to be exact. This is Pump Me Up. And that's not a euphemism. That is not a euphemism for being excited. You may be asking yourself, as you slowly unzip your pants because you know what's coming, Jim, why would we be looking at DeviantArt? And what could Pump Me Up possibly refer to? Well, it refers to inflation, and I'm not talking about the monetary kind. I'm talking about a very special kind of inflation that's only found in the minds of degenerate motherfuckers.
Degenerate. Having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. You know what this implies, Jim? You're implying these people have a declining sense of morality.
Okay, first off, it's a fucking joke, you stupid bitch. He didn't really mean they are immoral. It's supposed to be an exaggerated joke. Get a fucking brain, you weeaboo.
You're implying these people are near immoral, which is a wonderful thing to imply when you're referring to people who express a fetish in a safe way.
Yeah, because it's not like they could have kept it a secret. It's not like they could have kept it to themselves. And it's also not like they could have turned in the mature content filter. Yep, it's all fucking safe.
Minus one example that you do bring up later in the video. But still, that's one example, yet you're sitting here generalizing a whole group of people who are into this by calling them immoral.
Not repeating myself, you fucking weeb.
Already, you're showing me how much you are ready to mock people just because they love the idea of being inflated like a balloon.
And then popping themselves, resulting to a painful death. Doodle, fetishes aren't safe. Look at Richard Cuda. He actually wore a diaper at his apartment, while no one is looking. Richard Cutie is the best reason why fetishes can control your life by making you more unhealthy.
Now, if you were to go on to DeviantArt and just do a search, you would get 139,008 results for inflation, along with the knowledge that God is dead.
Actually, with the safe filter on, you just get under 100,000 results.
And that's the problem, because people aren't putting the safe filter on. Kids can roam around the site, and all of a sudden they find shit like inflation and war. Let's do the math for you, because you are too much of a fucking weeb to understand. So, 139,008 minus 99,902 equals 39,106. Here, not enough war is placed under a mature content filter, so what's your point?
But let's increase the numbers a bit and make it seem like it's a huge, horrifying thing. Also, Jim, you're asking your viewers to go out of their way to do this. You're asking them to go and search for this stuff.
According to my personal perspective, your fans tend to do this shit a lot. Even the people in other commentary groups tend to do this shit. Bunch of pseudo-intellectuals and the Order of the Demoted Doves are basically filled with nothing but weebs and creeps. They are no better than Jim's at least slightly more individual fanbase. Fuck, even both bunch of pseudo-intellectuals and Order of the Demoted Doves fans should be mocked and stereotyped with the rightful generalization. You know, the claim I generalized with their precious group. Fuck bunch of pseudo-intellectuals, fuck the Order of the Demoted Doves, and basically fuck the commentary community in general.
A normal browser of DeviantArt will more than likely see this kind of stuff on their newest page, not inflation.
But what if fetish art makes its way to the front page? Oh yeah, it's scary, as it is. Also, I like the fact that the front page consists of anime and other shit. Also, your voice is annoying.
This isn't some sort of epidemic, you know.
For an added bonus, make sure to click on that box that says Make Mature Content Visible, because you want it to be as awkward as fucking possible when your parents walk into the room as you're looking at this.
Again, you're telling them to go out of their way to find them.
Then again, not enough people put the mature content filter anyways.
This already makes your whole thing about inflation art flimsy at best, because DeviantArt tends to filter that stuff to its own corner of the website, so those who do enjoy it and want to see it can find it and enjoy it. I mean, it's their kink after all, not yours, and you going out of your way to find this to hassle them for this stuff is almost borderline harassment, Jim.
Doodle, basically what Jim is trying to say is that people should put the mature content filter more often when it comes to fetish art.
By simply just scrolling through the results that you get, even with the mature content filter off, you get a good idea of what you're dealing with. Now, a few thoughts are going to cross your head as you're looking through this cornucopia of artistic talent. The first probably being, why on God's earth did I ever search up inflation on DeviantArt? That's going to quickly be followed by a sense of deep, deep shame, and that is how it should be. Another thought that will probably cross your mind as you're looking through this is a bit of awestruck wonder that there are actually people in the world that masturbate to this. No matter how fucked up your fetish is, no matter how embarrassing it may be to you, there is somebody out there that gets turned on by this. So feel a little better about yourself.
Jim, it's funny how you're trash-talking inflation because you're clearly into inflating your ego.
Oh, the ad hominems fly away.
Whee!
Now I can't move to reach the air tank. Well, great. Just my luck. The expanding feeling is just too great. I don't really think I want to stop. However, I'm starting to feel pretty full, and now I think I'm going to pop. Well, how about a round of applause for our poet laureate, Master Mindtaker? I can imagine the comments they got on this wonderful piece of art, this expressive piece of literature. They must have been just inundated with people throwing roses at their feet. Like Forest Girl 123 from February 25th, 2013. Haha, this is the funny side I've heard of it. Good one.
Or this comment, clearly praising this, and I quote, creepy fetish girl after saying she died afterwards. And that's before this video where people came to her conveniently through your video to basically prod at the flames a little bit more. Yeah, there's people praising the poem, but that's mainly because those people are into that kink and went out of their way to find people who share that kink. Simply put, they went to find like-minded people that share an interest with them.
Like I said, they could have kept it to themselves and make the conversation private, but no, they had to share the fetish to everyone.
I mean, would it be wrong for a bunch of sports fans to congregate together and talk about sports? Would it be wrong for two people who think blondes are hot to get together and talk about blonde chicks?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about fetishes, not the basis of interests in general. My bad. My god, if you are going to debunk a point, at least stay on topic.
Well, I mean, I guess so, because that's normal, huh, Jim?
How the hell is talking about blowing yourself up anything normal to talking about sports and all the other shit you gave as an example? That's like saying that committing a mass murder is just as normal as talking to friends online, because that's what they wanted to do, and it's their interests in mind. You see how stupid that sounds?
Jim?
Do you think that Yoshi gets embarrassed when he poos out eggs in front of Mario? Sorry if that offends anyone, but I thought it was a funny thing. Haha.
Why would someone asking about Yoshi laying eggs offend anyone, first of all? Second, this is a fictional story that's meant to be a little silly. It's obviously meant for the sake of humor. If it wasn't, they'd actually go out of their way to talk about popping. Gee, for a video that wants to focus on riffing, you are sure taking this whole fetish seriously.
Like you taking this video seriously. I thought the hypocrisy, for example, wasn't high enough.
Try again.
No. I'll never try again.
I mean, just look at this beautiful picture, entitled Moonbeam, a character I created named Moonbeam. The reason behind her giant tummy that makes her look pregnant? Well, you see, she is a young witch that lives inside of a gingerbread mansion, not a house, a mansion. She lures foolish and usually bratty, never innocent or good travelers, into her home to fatten them up, and then turns them into food to eat. Of course, as you can see, that's sort of taken a toll on her figure. Her belly's grown so big for so long now, she's actually beginning to even feel pregnant too. I also wanted to take a shot at drawing a character on the side. Does it look good? Now, I'm not an art critic, but maybe some of my viewers are. If you would be so inclined to visit Master Mindtaker's page and take a look at Moonbeam here, maybe you could leave a comment telling them how good it looks. I'm sure they would enjoy the positive feedback from you.
Fuck you. You are actively telling your viewers, hey, go harass this kid who basically draws inflation because I don't like it.
Yeah, because obviously criticism is harassment. It's not like some people would tell the person, hey, maybe you could put the mature content filter on, right?
This isn't a term I throw around lightly, but you are starting a lynch mob, Jim. Singling a person out and telling people to target this person's page, and from what I can tell, it hasn't quite gotten out of hand yet, but the fact that you are even suggesting such a thing is legit the scummiest thing that I've heard in a while.
You are part of the drama-stirring community known as the commentary community. You're not one to talk doodle.
If you wanted to riff on the art, that's one thing, but I cannot sit here and enjoy someone who is advocating for cyber harassment. And that's all the rest of this video is, just going page to poke at people and tell his viewers to check these people out in a very snarky, sarcastic manner that really tells me he just wants to start some flames on DeviantArt. I don't wish to know what the future holds for these people just staying to themselves and not hurting a fly, only to get people coming to their page to get kicked in the balls because some guy with 83,000 plus subscribers didn't like the subject matter of their art.
That's basically twice the population as the commentary community. Have fun getting your commentary community demolished. You got yourself into this.
It's like if they were legit doing some awful things on DeviantArt, sure, call them out.
Does that include some diaper fetish? Oh wait.
There are people who legit need calling out. But if all they're doing is going to the one place that'll allow them to actually express themselves to do just that, then at that point you're just another blatant cyberbully.
Oh boo-hoo. Jim is a cyberbully for telling people to state their thoughts on fetish art. Oh boo-hoo. Fucking baby. And basically that's that. The video is over. Overall doodle, you are getting the commentary community into shit right now, and it will be all your fault. Mr. Meditor has a subscriber count twice the population to the commentary community, and once people generalize the commentary community to people like you, defending inflation and war, being a weeaboo, and all that other shit, you and your community will get demolished. This is why I am certain that the commentary community is being destroyed as we speak. There is no chance of repenting from your upcoming downfall, and there is also no chance of deleting or disowning the video. People know what you said, and you and your community will be mocked, harassed, beaten, teased, and many other horrible shit they will do to you. You got your community into this mess, and the fact that people like Ryan Rhino Mills and Skion are supporting you through this on Twitter gets me worried about their great downfall. Anyway, this is Ottomagic Critic, and don't worry, I will still make commentaries, but the community will soon burn to ashes. Basically the commentary community is in a post-apocalyptic state as of now,